Hi and welcome to another episode of my KTM Duke 250, and in this episode I'm going to repair my front suspension because it is leaking oil. Just let me fix it first and I'll explain it later. So at first I'm going to loosen up this cap and then remove this screw, enlarge this upper triple three clamp, remove the front wheel and take out this front fork. Okay, so I'm going to open up this cap here, and I have to be very careful about this one because there is a spring loaded inside and I worry this one will jump out. Oh, oops. Oil spill up everywhere. Oops. Okay, so this is how it looks like, because there is a crack inside the oil seal inside here. This is very serious inside, you see, and this is the tiny all those debris from the crack of the oil seal here. I have my rear suspension replaced to a fluid adjustable unit a couple of months ago, and you can watch the video by clicking to the link at the end of this episode. Now it's the time for the front suspension to start leaking oil, and since this is not replaceable, so that means it has to be repaired. I've been searching on the internet for the guide how to open up the front suspension, and many thanks for those YouTubers, especially from India, for your informative video. Thankfully, it is not as hard as I imagined. This is how it looks like inside the front suspension. This one is the inner tube where the spring and the piston is located inside. This is the outer tube, which also serves as the fluid reservoir. This one is the front fork cap, locking the shaft and the outer tube together. This one is the oil seal, retaining clip, fork, dust seal, and dust boot. These are the original part, dust seal and oil seal, damaged, and I've bought a pair of new seal. This one are not original part, as the dealer that I went to said it is out of stock. These are some aftermarket part with just a slight difference in dimension. And if you are having the same problem as me with leaking oil and insist on the original part, then you may refer to the KTM part number as follows. First, 4357063 oil seal ring, dimension 43 times 52.9 times 11.4, and the aftermarket part I'm having here is 43 times 53 times 11. Second, 4357064 dust seal ring, dimension 43 times 53.4 times 5.8 millimeters, while the aftermarket here is 43 times 53.2 times 11. I don't know because the KTM part number mentioned the width is 5.8 millimeters, maybe because they measure from the end here to the top of the ring here, the level here is 5.8, but what I see the width here is approximately 10 millimeters, while the aftermarket here is thicker and the outer ring here is also bigger, but it is just a dust seal and will not affect very much on the suspension performance. Last is this fork oil, and one thing that I forgot to pay attention when buying this fork oil is the viscosity index. This one I'm having in my hand here has a very low viscosity index, and what it means is the fluid viscosity will change drastically in relevant to temperature. In other terms, is higher viscosity index, the fluid viscosity will remain stable even though the temperature fluctuates wide. So I suggest to choose a higher viscosity index such as 30 and above for those hardcore rider. That's all I have here, and let's put all this together and have a ride again.
Hours later.
there is some problem because the aftermarket oil seal won't fit inside the outer tube, and no matter what I do, it just won't go in. So I have to go back to the dealer and ask for the original oil seal, and this is it. They have a stock there, and come back, buy one of these and install it immediately, and just slide in very easily and nicely inside. But still no dust seal though. This is the aftermarket, and the price for this is 128 ringgit Malaysia. I've been testing this new oil seal by running hundreds of kilometers, going everywhere that I could, and it has been so far so good with no oil leaks. See, and my front suspension has been repaired together with this rear fully adjustable suspension, and now my bike handles seamlessly great. Love it. Apart from that, there are two things that I learned from this lesson. The first is oil seal has to be in exact size. Any smaller or bigger in dimension will render functionless and causing oil leaks again, even with a tiny 0.1 millimeter difference. And the second thing is about the viscosity index. As I can't feel any different currently compared to my previous suspension before the oil seal change, unless for someone who ride for a long journey, or for, let's say, on a racetrack or dirt track. As far as I know, it doesn't give any impact for me riding in urban area in such, you see, a lot of traffic jams and many stop and go movement. And yes, this is a success. So mission accomplished, and we have reached the end of this episode. Do me a favor by clicking on the like button, and if you have anything to say, then please feel free to leave it down on the comment section below. Till then, thanks for watching and ride safely. I'll see you in the next episode in Pirelli Diablo Rosso Sport. Woohoo!